Your love and my love for God must be empowered by the Holy Ghost to stand the test of time. But when the Holy Ghost came, the rock in Peter came forth. Peter that could not stand before a maid, not a man. A maid. He has no weapon, he has no sword, he has no spear, he has no stick. Peter would deny Jesus before a maid. Stood up. Jesus Christ, whom your fathers killed, he must go raise from the dead. And when the entire council stood to withstand their mandate, Peter said, now, we would rather obey God than man. Get lost. We cannot but speak those things we have heard and we have seen. His love had been empowered by the Holy Ghost. 2 Timothy 1:7. God has not given us the spirit of fear, but of power and of love and of a sound mind. Our love needs to be empowered for it to stand the test of time, for it to be effectual in season and out of season. Not cheeky bread butter love. But the love of God that subdues the circumstances around you and remains on his feet for Jesus. Not the one that cows before challenges, but waxes valiant in fight, turning the armies of the aliens to flight. The kind of love that made Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego dare the fiery furnace. They didn't throw this man. He just walked into the den of lions. That's the commandment of the king. But I know who I serve. And he walked out of the place, lifted, promoted, exalted. Many of us do love God, but our love for God has not been empowered. So open up to receive the spirit of love today. That will keep you going in season and out of season. My wife's health was attacked, and I saw the spirit of death came. And I won't stop. I told Jesus that to heal her is not what made you God. Whether you heal her or not, you are still my God. And I could imagine Jesus saying, make you no vex, I'll take care of that. I was in 27 nations that year, moving from nation to nation for Jesus. I had a dying wife at home that would gasp for breath time and again. You know something about love? It never fails. Ooh. That is the one and only virtue in the kingdom that never faileth. It said, love never faileth. Every other virtue is acceptable to failure, but the love of God, until God fails, our love for him has immured us to failure. You can't fail truly loving Jesus. You cannot be stagnated truly loving Jesus. The gate cannot be shut against you truly loving Jesus. Every true lover of Jesus triumphs from glory to glory without stress. What God told me in September 12, 1976 has never failed to work. The God of heaven is my witness. I've never prayed for a house. I've never prayed for a car in my life. I've never prayed to be known. He said to me one day, he said, don't seek to be known. Seek to know. And the world will keep looking for how to know you. Don't seek to be known. Don't get into a place and announce yourself. My most uncomfortable time is when they're introducing me, so I always like to jump it. One day they did one introduction in one place. The Spirit of God almost left me, sir. I said, I was wondering who they are talking about. And I discovered it was me. It took me time to balance up when I came out. They were showering the glory that belongs to God to me. What kind of thing is this? That's why when you pray expectation prayer, I'm just on my way there. Before you say something else, I've already arrived. So you can go. Amen. Don't seek to be known. Seek to know. And the world will soon start seeking to know you. For those who do know their God, not those who are known by men, they shall be strong and they shall do exploits. Something is breaking forth in your life. That is what empowers believer for unending change of levels. When Jesus said to build that sanctuary, anybody would think God has a limit of 50,000 for us as a church in this place. And then one day, 16,000 people sat outside or stood outside. I said, no, you can't come from that far and stand outside. So let's start a second service. And then up, and then up. The tent outside the church has more population than the seats inside the church. God. Behold, I do a new thing. After one done new thing. Behold, I do another new thing. After that, behold, I do another new thing. And that is the God in you. You dwell in him. It dwells in you by your sustainable, consistent, and constant love for him. I love you more than anything. I love you more than anyone. I love you. Lord, I give my life to you. Let's pick these examples from scriptures. We saw the example of David, a man with a heart for God. A man after God's heart means a man with a heart for God. A man with a heart for God. Brought from the field to be anointed king. His name announced in the palace, and he left the field with the appeal of the king to his father. Let your son David come and stay with me in the palace, for he has found favor in my sight. Any man with a heart for God keeps finding favor.